Hi there guys, welcome back. In today's tutorial, we're gonna learn how to do a press E to open. We're gonna learn how to use proximity prompts in Roblox. Here in my workspace, you can see I have a part, a blue part. I call it door blue. So basically it represents a door. Now if I wanna add an E to open button, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my door blue here on my part. I'm gonna add an attachment. And now I'm going to select my attachment. I'm going to add a proximity prompt. Now I could have added the proximity prompt directly to the part or directly to a model. But the reason I'm adding the attachment here is so that I can position my proximity prompt anywhere I want to. For example, I'm positioning my proximity prompt at the location where the doorknob would be. And that is all you needed to do to add a proximity prompt to a part. Let's play test now and take a look. So now if I go to my part, you can see I have an E to interact button. Let's go back to Studio and we're gonna customize this button. To customize your proximity prompt, you're gonna select your proximity prompt and go to the properties window. The first thing you can do is you can change the action text. So instead of interact, which is the default, I can say open. The next option here is clickable prompt. So if I uncheck this, the player wouldn't be able to click to open. With this check, the player can use the mouse to click to open. Next here, you have the gamepad key code. So you can select which button on the gamepad to associate this action with. The next one here is the hold duration. So if you have 0, basically when the player presses the key, it happens immediately. But if you want the player to press and hold for a few seconds, you can change this. For example, I'm going to change it to 2, which means the player has to press and hold for 2 seconds for the door to open in this case. The next property here is the keyboard key code. So you can select which key on the keyboard for this action. The default is E, and this is the reason why you see a lot of places they have press E to open, press E to do this, and E to do that. That is because that is the default key, but you can select any key from here to associate the action with. Next here you have the max activation distance. So the default is 10. I'm going to change it to 6, which means the player has to get in closer to the door in order to activate this proximity prompt. Down here we have the object text. So this is a door. We can just put in door over here. We are done with setting up our proximity prompt. Let's now go to our service script service. We're going to add a script. And inside your script, just enter the following lines. Down here, we're listening for the 3 different events that are coming out of the proximity prompt. The first 2 events here only happen if your proximity prompt, if the whole duration of your proximity prompt is different than 0, is greater than 0. So if it is 0 here, you would not get this first one or the second one. But in our case, we're going to get all 3 events. The first one is always going to be fired when the player presses the button. This second event here is fired either when the player let go of the button or when the player press and hold until the end of the duration. So if in this case the player pressed and hold for more than 2 seconds, the second event here is going to be fired, plus the third event here is going to be fired right after the second event. But if the player let go of the button before the 2 seconds here, then only the second event is going to be fired. And then the third event here is only fired when the player presses and holds down the key for the duration of the whole duration. Alright, so each of these events is linked to a function. And the 2 parameters, the prompt object and the player, are passed in automatically. The prompt object is basically just the proximity prompt that is being activated. The second parameter is the player that activated the proximity prompt. Let's now play test and take a look. So I'm going to go to open up my output window, and now I'm going to go and press that button. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press and let go. You can see when I press, it fired the first event, the prompt hold began, and then when I let go, it fired the prompt hold ended. I'm going to do it again. See, began, ended. But I didn't hold it for 2 seconds. Next, I'm going to press and hold for the entire duration. So now it fired the first event, the prompt hold begin, followed by prompt hold ended, and followed by the last event, which is the prompt is triggered. So basically, if I hold it down for more than 2 seconds, then the prompt is triggered, event is fired. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to my home, and I'm gonna look for something in the toolbox. We're gonna look for some audio. So the first thing I wanna search for is I wanna search for a beeping sound. And let's see which one we're gonna pick. I guess that one is good. So I'm gonna put this sound inside the door, the blue door. Press insert. And I'm gonna rename this to open. The next sound I wanna look for is a typing sound. Let's try this one. Okay, I'll take this one. So we're gonna put that inside the door. Rename it to typing. And the last sound I want to look for is a cheering sound. That is too crazy. Still too crazy. How about this here? That sounds good. I'm gonna rename this to cheer. Okay, now we can close the toolbox window. We can also close the output window here. For the prompt hold begin here, I'm gonna play the open sound. So basically, my blue door is the prompt object .parent. So it's gonna be dot open :play. Right, my prompt object is the proximity prompt. .parent is going to take it to the attachment. .parent is going to take it to the blue door. .open play. Next, I'm going to copy this line, and I'm going to paste it here. But this time, I'm going to play the typing sound. And down here, we're just gonna, let me paste it in again. But in this case, instead of playing a sound, what we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy the part. We're gonna destroy the blue door. :destroy. And that is how we open the door. We're gonna destroy the door, remove the door from the pathway, and the pathway is open and players can get through. And also, I wanna go to my cheer sound here, select the cheer sound, and I wanna check this box, play on remove. So when the door is destroyed, it's gonna play the cheer sound. Let's go play test and take a look. So I'm gonna go to my door. I'm gonna press. So you can hear the beeping sound and the typing sound, right? As soon as I press, it goes beep. If I let go, it goes the typing is gonna go on. You hear that? And now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press and hold. And there it goes. And there you have it, guys. That is how you use proximity prompts in Roblox.